Sweet. All right, yeah, there we go.
I start?
Yep.
Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to Collaboration Nation with your hosts, Local Webhead and Red Hood Justice, where we bring you
A lot of the coolest news of the day, guys. Pop culture, anything news going out there in the world, in the world's of comic book world, anything at all. We're going to be talking about it right here on this channel.
and Preston, what are we talking about today? Like we haven't talked just like 30 seconds ago when our
Yeah, we
connection
had
cut.
some technical errors on our first try, but we were talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. I want it. I want to watch it. I mean, the hype is now. I mean, it's so amazing how much attention it's getting. I'm like, yes.
I want to see Darkseid in all of his glory, killing most of the
Yeah.
Justice League.
And bro, yeah. I mean, we don't even know what Kevin Porter's voice is going to sound like as Darkseid, and I'm just like, oh, I can't wait to hear what he sounds like. Because we've heard all of Steppenwolf's voice lines and stuff. We've never heard him speak yet, so I'm really, really wondering what he's going to sound like.
Does sound better in the Snyder cut though. Like in the trailer, he does really sound much better than he
Oh
did
yeah,
in
well, I mean,
Justice.
the thing is, in the shitty like Justice League version of the movie, which I mean, my God, the way the movie opens up with poor Henry. Oh boy. I mean, and what I like to say about that is so funny. How is that someone who can use the deep fake technology make that look really good, where a studio spent like $17.2 billion on removing his facial hair?
Yeah, Superman's facial hair. That looks so
Yeah,
bad.
like I find that so hilarious how someone who does the deep fake stuff made that look natural, made that look real. And then
Yeah.
you have the like Warner Brothers or whoever did that with waxing his lip and then removing that. I was like, bro, like what is wrong with Hollywood
Yeah.
sometimes? Like, how did they think that they thought that was a good idea? That you could just tell that they just went with it, didn't show it to the editors in the final rendition of the film, and we're just like, that's okay, just put it in
Yeah,
there. Like,
see
no.
Snyder cut. You can see in the Snyder cut they did a way much better job of hiding his mustache because the thing about the Snyder cut is Henry Cavill never came back to reshoot some scenes in the black suit or anything. Like his
No,
scenes
and
were old,
mostly
like his
what
scenes were
most
already
of what
shot.
Zach yeah, most of what Zach shot, it's there. I mean, so he didn't
Yeah,
really Henry didn't
he did.
really need to come back because all the shots that we had in that version of the movie do not really exist in the other version. Most of all the footage we all have a good decent amount of footage of Henry in that film. We don't really need any more for him to come back because the only ones that came back for reshoots, I believe, was Ben, Gal, and
And
Ezra, I believe.
and Ray Fisher. Ray Fisher came back.
Yeah, yeah, and I think Ray did too as well. But like, I think that is fantastic. The fact that, but dude, the thing I love about this in general is how much hype it gets, and that's what I love about it. I'm like, I just have to say this point out and point blank. Warner Brothers is going to realize a couple of things when this cut comes out, and if it gets the amazing hype that it so deserves and the praise that it deserves, is one, we shouldn't have done that to Zack Snyder because it was
Right,
wrong. We should have let him take his leave from his family tragedy and let
right.
him continue his film because now what they've done, they've allowed this Snyder Cut hashtag to grow and grow and grow. So, and you cannot silence the fans for certain things. Like we weren't silent when it came with Sonic's design, and
Right.
I'm glad that the power of fandom can get those types of things done because that's also what like I like to make the Sonic the Hedgehog Snyder cut, comparison. Is if we were to get the version of Sonic that we got with him looking the way he was, I can guarantee you that movie would not have done as good financially and domestically and in the box office as good as it did. But the fact that the design is different and it's more true to the character's design, he's likable, he's lovable, he's charming, he's everything Sonic's supposed to be, is what made the film get great success. It proved that you can make a video game character film and make it work and make it good. Same thing coming with Justice League here. You made
Hey,
practically a
Preston, hold on.
Frankenstein, you
Preston, hold
know.
on. I gotta mute myself here for a second. Someone needs me real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, it's
I'll
okay.
be right back. I'm just gonna mute myself real quick.
It's all right.
Uh,
We will return after these messages. It's all good. We can edit this and post.
All right, I am sorry, everyone. I am back. I'm sorry.
It's all
What
good. All
would you
right.
tell would you tell our subscribers that
I was
would you
like,
tell
we'll
them?
be back in a few minutes. um, but
No,
well,
but
anyway, as I was saying, the that kind of situation with Sonic and Paramount, is the same thing with what's going to go on here, I believe, with the Snyder Cut, with all the hype and people get what they've been wanting for years, and it blows up in Warner Brothers' face, which I have a feeling it will, because the thing is, what I don't understand when people, with Zack Snyder is when they say bad things about him. Like, okay, I respect and love this guy as a filmmaker, a visionary, and a director. I love his stuff. I've seen all his stuff. I mean, he holds my attention. And when people say, like certain films like Watchmen, my God, it's so long. I love that it's long. I'm like, it's more I get to soak in of this world that he's showing me.
four
And
hours.
it's just like so amazing that like the power of fandom, bro. Like it's insane with this, and I love how all it took was people speculating, talking, and there are certain people when the first rendition of that crappy version of the movie that we got, the Justice League, came out. There
Yeah.
were some press reviews of people who saw it earlier before it was screened to the public. There were people all over the world saying the version I saw was not the version you guys saw. The version I saw had Green Lantern and Darkseid in it. And I'm like, what the hell? So, like, all this started as a big, like, kind of a speculation with some good theory and some good sources behind it. And, like, I'm just happy that, we as the fans wanted something because bro, I can't begin to tell you when I saw that version of the movie, I left the theater like, what the hell is
I left in
this?
I left in disappointment
I,
and
I, I
sadness.
was like, and that's what I hate. What they were trying to do is they try to make it like a Marvel movie, and I'm like, Marvel and DC don't need to be the same. I can't stand it when people say the Marvel movies are better. It's like the only reason why the Marvel movies are, as you quote say, better is because they have a lot of sponsors and a lot of money. DC as a
Right.
property, Warner Bros. Property, they're not like that. They don't have like, oh, well, we don't have Disney Plus. Well, we don't have, I mean, like we don't have all this crap so that we get more money. And to be honest with you, I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here, but that is why some of the Marvel films after Endgame. I mean, WandaVision's great, and the series on Disney
Yeah,
Plus are going to be good. But in terms of their next phase of films, like to me, it's like I don't care. I'm interested, but I'm literally just I don't care because everything that's coming after Endgame was my Endgame essentially because like that's the story you were trying to tell for years. I don't understand how you can continue that without milking the cow, essentially. And that's what it feels like
right.
they're doing. And it's as long as Kevin Feige, Mr. Feige, how he's always just trying to find a million ways of making more money, especially on Disney Plus. It's retarded as hell. He is consistently like, oh, well, we have the Marvel series Legends, which we show you the build up to this film and this show. It's like, yeah, because that's necessary. And
Yeah.
now we
Yeah.
have this.
Good.
It's like they really just like to milk the cow, like, and to quote Tony Stark, "Screw the pooch hard." Like I don't, I just don't get why they have to do that all the time. Like it's just like I like DC and Marvel and how they're different in terms of how they do their things.
Yeah.
And I don't. I'm one of those fans where I don't think one's better or the other for this reason, or one's nicer for this reason. I like them both because I like how they're different. I mean, when people tell me all the time when they wish that DC films were more like the Marvel films, I'd be like, I don't because they feel like I'm watching the
Oh,
same formula. Like that's no. I
because
like darker
because
films. I like
is
darker
dark.
stories.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because DC is
and the
supposed
thing
to
is,
be
like, I
dark.
find so funny is
Like
when people
DC is
say,
like the most darkest like comic book universe out there. I mean, you've had things where Joker cut his own face off and stapled it back on.
Yeah,
Like,
I I mean, like
you
that's
want to see
sick as
that?
hell. Like, and the thing is just like that's why Justice League failed. It was trying to copy and paste a genre and a filmmaking style with a director that had no idea what the hell he was doing. He was just
Trying
like, oh,
to.
I'll come in there and I'll reshoot everything. I'll do what Zack wanted to do, but I'll change the whole entire script and narrative. And he
And
made
why
that
would
film's story a convoluted mess.
yeah?
Like he
And
just
why would
made the
he go to
story.
Dark Side?
I
Was he?
that's the
Was
thing.
he
When
smoking
you
crack?
find out when Zach was being very verbal and he was showing the fans, the people, what he was sharing, the reels from the movies, certain shots that we have not yet to see. Like, they all go dig up Clark. There's a burial scene where they all go to where he's buried and they dig up his body and they're not, they all go. And that's the thing is Bruce in this film, I believe, is going to have the most development going forward. I believe he's going to be learning what he learned from Batman v Superman, and he's going to be that more leader instead of that, dark Avenger, essentially. And the
Also,
thing is,
we'll have more character development for Flash and Cyborg.
everyone, yeah, everyone will be. Everyone, and the thing is, the thing that I don't think a lot of people realize, the version of the movie that we saw, there is only 10% of Zach's work in that film.
Yeah, there's only what like 30, 15 to 30 minutes of his own footage in there, and then everything's
Yeah,
just Joss Whedon.
yeah. And
That
then
is
the whole rest of the movie is Joss Whedon's movie. It's not even Zack Snyder's films. And the fact whenever I see those credits roll, directed by Zack Snyder, I'm like, that is so asinine. The
that
fact
is
that you're gonna put his name on it and he didn't
disrespect.
even really do the most of the majority of the work that you're claiming he's doing. And like the thing that I can't stand is I don't see DC characters as jokey, quippy characters. Now, Flash can
Yeah,
be if he wants to be written
Flash,
that way.
Flash, Cyborg could be too. Like,
The thing is that with what Zack Snyder said, and I like what he said this, yeah, my cyborg, he doesn't say booyah. I'm like, good, because to me, that is Teen Titans cyborg.
yeah,
That's
like
not
Teen
that's
Titans.
not the serious, Victor Stone, Justice League member, cyborg. And
I would
like I like
like to
how
think the DCEU Cyborg. I like to think of him as like New 52 Cyborg, where he was
yeah,
more serious and he was part of
yeah.
the Justice League.
Yeah, yeah, and the thing I like what Zach has said recently, he says there's not many jokes in Justice
Yeah.
League. The version you saw, none of those jokes are in that movie. And I'm like,
Well, here is a serious thing about Justice League. So there was an allegation. I think this was by Gal Gadot. Is where I think Joss Whedon took her to a back room, shut the door, locked it, and said, "Hey, you have to do the scene where Ezra lands on your boobs."
yeah, yeah, yep, that's true.
Like,
But see, she didn't want to
dude,
do it, so her stunt double did it for her. That's not her in that
yeah,
shot.
Joss Whedon is such a piece of shit. Like the things you hear from Ray Fisher, Gal Gadot, and everyone in the cast, like, and even people on the crew of this movie,
Oh yeah,
like,
dude, like Joss Whedon has
like
not had a good reputation of
no,
people saying good things about him whatsoever.
never.
Like, and I mean, he's directed one of my favorite series of all time, which is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But even with that, and then when he did Avengers, he's kind of like the weird pervert that you don't want to be around. He makes
Yeah, like
people
Dan.
uncomfortable. He makes them do things in their contract that they don't want to do. And, like when, I'm glad Jeff Johns, he's not doing the film stuff anymore because, my God, he can write a great comic, but he cannot help produce a good movie. But like, I really think that, when you look back and you think why, like, it just makes me furious with Warner Brothers, like when we were finding out what was all cut and then when it was actually coming more true all the time, like it's happening. Like I lost my mind, dude, because I thought it would never happen. And I was so amazed, but I kept my faith in Zach and I knew that the fans would too. Cause there's like Twitter, man, that is a platform that is amazing when all this was happening because when he was showing
Right.
photos and stuff and on his Vero and telling fans, the differences between his movie. And the thing I loved is when someone said, "What about that Russian family that was in the?" He's like, "What Russian family?"
Yeah, they're not in there.
Yeah, they're not in there. There's no like Dostoevsky. Like there's none of that. Like all of that movie is essentially a Frankenstein's monster. Like I consider it like, God, I can't wait to see his trilogy fulfilled. Like the character
Yeah.
arcs from Man of Steel going from Batman v Superman to Justice League. That was supposed to be the tie of everything.
Yeah, because this movie, Zack Snyder's Justice League, is supposed to be Justice League Part One and Justice League Part Two put into one movie. Like it's supposed to. That's why
Yeah.
it's 4.5 one. Because I have a theory that 2.5 hours of the movie is going to go to regular Justice League stuff, and then the rest of the movie is going to be the whole nightmare sequence from BBS.
Yeah, and see, dude, that's what I love so much. Is like nothing made sense when you watch that other version. You're like, okay, what about all these stories he was trying to show us and tell us with the nightmare sequence? What was Lois being the key meaning? Why was Barry coming back in time? Like all these things, and like now I'm like, my God, when the new trailer that came out that he put out, I was losing my mind. I was like, to see more of the nightmare sequence, to see other characters in the nightmare sequence. We see Ray Fisher's Cyborg behind Bruce in that shot before it gets to Jared Leto's Joker, which my
Yeah,
God, that made me so
society.
freaking happy. I mean the sheer awesomeness of what that is, and I love how for some people, I mean, I
Yeah,
liked Jared's
yeah,
interpretation
yeah.
of Joker in Suicide Squad because it's different. It's not the same, and I like a little bit of something new and fresh with my comic book characters. I don't like it. Like if we watch the same narrative all the time, we would be bored of it. So I
Right.
like at least seeing some change or seeing something new and fresh to put into the character. And
Yeah.
that I see such I'm like Jared, I'm so happy for him because I'm like, bro, this is
Redemption.
the credit that you deserved that you never got, my
Right.
friend, and I'm so happy that he's getting, respect for this.
Yeah.
I
And here's the thing: is in
really
the original script for Justice League, Joker was nowhere in there, and Zach was like, for this movie, and Zach was like, you know what, fuck it, let's add the Joker to the nightmare sequence. Why not? Like, they've never seen this version of Batman and this version of the Joker come up together. Let's do it. One last
yeah.
movie. Let's. And I was one of those people because I have a contact at Warner Brothers who used to work at Rocksteady, but now he works in the movie. Who he works in the movie division. He actually sent me that leaked photo of Jared Leto in the SWAT vest with the whole police badges and stuff. I saw that before, like, and uh, I couldn't really share it because if I shared it, I would have Warner Brothers at my back, and I don't feel like getting sued. You
Yeah, no one wants that, dude. But dude, that's cool
yeah,
that you have source
especially if I
release.
Warner Brothers, that would work.
But like, and the thing is too is that the thing I like about Zach and what I don't understand why they were trying to get rid of him is because it's like he was the only man who came to DC with a vision. No one
Yeah,
in no one in DC film has tried to make this happen before.
yeah.
They have in the past, but a lot of those projects got destroyed because of the script
Dark
and the
Knight Rises.
problems. There was a Justice League movie that's so old, that we could have gotten years ago, around like I believe Val Kilmer's Batman time. But I mean, that had so many script problems.
You're talking about Justice League Mortal, the canceled Justice League movie, for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah,
Have you seen
yeah,
Army Hammer's Batman design for that movie? God, it looks so bad. It looked
yeah. I mean, like, and
what?
the thing is, it's
Why is
just
there a
like
spray
I don't
painted dog?
understand. Like they have the one guy who's able to make them have their own version of a cinematic universe.
Yeah, and they just get rid of him for no reason.
Yeah, and they treat him like shit, and then they expect him to,
Because
you know,
because dark vision of this universe, which it has to be rated R, you know, and they think a rated R movie can't work. They have
yeah,
to think superhero movies always have to be PG-13.
which
No,
is
they don't.
no, no,
Deadpool, Logan, Justice League, and a
yeah,
rated R Batman movie
and
could work.
and then the
Or
extended cut
had
of BVS that's rated
rated
R
R.
too, and it works
It's
freaking
R, and
awesomely.
it works. And apparently,
Yeah,
the Robert Pattinson Batman movie is supposed to be rated R.
yeah, and I think I wish that more comic book films did get that R rating because that means that the writers and the directives don't have to hold back. They can tell a visually cunning story. You know,
Right.
like that's what I think, Batman is a character. I tell people this all the time. Batman is a character to me that is not
Who
one of
deserves
those
it?
friendly children type characters. He's
Yeah,
dark,
Batman does not
he's
get the rating.
serious, and he means serious shit. You know what I mean? Like he's not a on a
He'll,
birthday cake character. And
yeah,
and that's
he'll
what I love.
kick your teeth. Like,
And that's why I love Zach's interpretation of the character
yeah,
because he doesn't hold back. He doesn't hold his punches. And yeah, holy hell, it may be comic book inaccurate for him to be running down guys in a Batmobile. But you know what? God damn it, I love it. It's freaking badass. It's a man who's like, I don't give a fuck. Like I like it. Like I don't know what it is, but I
yeah.
like it.
One thing I want to talk about real quick is Zack Snyder. He's bringing in the Bat Tank from or the War
Dude, bro,
Machine.
when
Like,
I saw that shot of the Frank Miller's Bat Tank Batmobile,
uh,
I lost it. I was like, oh
dude,
my God.
I
Dude,
can't.
that is my favorite Batman story of all time. I love Frank Miller's version of the character, the artistry in the book. I love the animated movie. I love
And
Frank Miller's Batman.
in that shot, it does look like he's in. I think I don't want to say Metropolis. I want to say he's where the spot where Steppenwolf is, or maybe
I
I don't.
want to say he may be in Gotham, but I don't really know.
But maybe he's in the Bat Tank after the Justice League lose and stuff. Maybe him,
I
Cyborg, and
don't
Flash.
know because I was, yeah.
I'm a Superman doesn't get captured. I'm assuming Superman's gonna be with Batman during the whole nightmare sequence because you have to think the timeline did change. Lois is alive and stuff.
Yeah, well, I
Or
mean,
maybe something
and
like,
that's the
or
thing
maybe
though is that that's what the nightmare sequence is a reflection of what happened. Because in BVS when Clark said she was my world and you took her from
yeah.
me, like I
Well,
and like you can see what possibly happened.
here's the thing: is this whole new nightmare sequence for Justice League is supposed to be all Batman's fault because at the end of the movie, spoilers, this is in the script of Justice League. Everyone saw it. Batman will tell Wonder Woman, "Hey, send Steppenwolf's head the dark side. Send it right to him. Leave a
Yeah,
message." Darkseid will get pissed by this, and he will go to Earth. This is in the script. He will kick their ass.
yeah, and like that's what that nightmare sequence is kind of the destruction of Bruce's actions and trying to make that not come to fruition. And that's what I love about it is because only when you're at your most desperate moments do you side with your number one nemesis of all time. And I love
I
that.
wonder,
I love that
and I
shit.
wonder if Joker. I wonder if Joker will taunt Batman, saying, this is all your fault, right? You're the one who made the call to
Yeah.
kill Steppenwolf."
And that's the thing is like because in the script, Diana is the one who chops off his head, not the
Yeah,
axe
Batman.
head.
Yeah, Batman tells her, chop his head off, send it to the
Like
dark side.
just the thing is like I'm so ready for this so much because I don't care how long it is. I really don't. I'm not one of those people who complain like it's
No,
so
I'll sit,
long. It's like
I'll sit
no,
through it.
like it's an experience.
Yeah, I'll sit through it. I'll sit through the whole thing. I'll
Yeah,
take.
dude, me
Oh,
too.
Martian
And bro,
Manhunter is
like
supposed to be.
yeah, Martian
What?
Manhunter's that general character in there from Man of Steel. I'm just like, dude, like and the
I'm.
thing I get
I'm
so mad about this with Warner Brothers is I'm like, Warner Brothers, you fools. This could have been your Avengers Endgame to your
yeah.
company. This could have
You
done
know what the
so
fuck?
much for you if you hadn't have screwed it up. But now, with the success of HBO Max and all this stuff that's going on with streaming and due to our crappy times that we're living in right now, I think Warner Brothers is going to have to think now. They're going to have to be like, okay, well, maybe we want to bring back Zach, and I hope they do because there's no other person I can imagine taking over the DC universe. I just, he started it and he should finish it.
Yeah. Bringing it back to Martian Manhunter. I made a joke earlier to one of my friends saying, "What if Martian Manhunter only shows up for 30 seconds and Darkseid just obliterates him?" That's
John
Joker.
Johns,
My name is
die.
Marshall. I will take you down. Darkseid just shoots an Omega beam. Ah! Batman's like, oh shit.
The last survivor of Mars.
Darkseid just see it. He's dead. He's
Yeah,
the
and the
first.
thing is, like, what I
Aquaman.
hate
I have
about
Aquaman's gonna be the first one to die for some reason.
when
What I have that real when Darkseid comes, yeah, I have a feeling that Aquaman's gonna be the first one to go.
I don't know. Well, like, cause I mean, dude, that's the
It's
thing.
they kill
You
him
just
first
don't
as
know,
a
you know. I
joke.
mean, like, you don't know. So it's like, God, you know what I mean? It makes you crazy. So you're like, I don't know, man. I don't. But dude, like,
Joke.
I'm
I have a
so ready. I think it's cool that he's gonna release a black and white version of the film
feeling.
as well. I think that's
I'm
really
not.
cool.
I'm not gonna watch it in black and white because I want to see
Well, I
Black
mean,
Suit
no.
Superman
I mean,
like
I know because like
in
I
color.
I love that with Logan as well. Because Logan, they did a release where you could watch a noir version of Logan, which is amazing, by the way. If you haven't seen Logan, the noir version, it's
I've
really
seen
good
the
black and white. Like it works
oh,
perfectly.
bringing it back to Joker. I have a feeling that Joker's gonna have a really big bang,
Oh
like
yeah,
a big bang, like a really good death that's gonna leave a mark. Like he's gonna sacrifice himself. Like he's gonna hold back a whole bunch of parademons, and he's gonna. I have a feeling he's gonna pull a whole bunch of grenade clips, like, like Dark Knight style, and just go like
hmm
bang, and
uh,
boom. Man,
dude.
that's
Like
it for
I
the
just God, I can't wait for
him
this,
laughing
dude.
before he dies.
Like just the sheer excitement itself, like just everything, just. And I love how we're getting a little bit more scenes from Alfred as well. I'm like, oh my God, more Alfred, yes. Because I'm like, I love Jeremy, you know, and his version interpretation of his Alfred. I want more of that.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Batman's death in the movie, like he's gonna hold off Darkseid. He's gonna have a Captain America style Infinity War fight with Darkseid, and like he's gonna hold him off so Flash can go back in time or do
Yeah.
something.
And that's the thing
Uh,
that's so cool is that I can't wait to see how their interpretation of Barry's Speed Force is going to visually look.
because we know the DCEU is part of the CW universe. Like
Yeah,
that
because like,
that,
yeah,
that, was,
that's yeah.
that was confirmed by Infinite Crisis on Infinite Earths. And it's also been reported that, the DCEU is Earth 1, while the CW universe is Earth Prime, and Earth 2 is the Robert Pattinson Batman universe, which is kind of funny because Stargirl takes place in the same universe as Robert Pattinson Batman. I can't really see that because
Nah.
that, yeah, they're gonna have to fix their multiverse again.
Well, the thing is, though, is that's what a lot of people are like. I can't
It's
wait
fine.
for, Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League to be done and over with so that we can focus on the future of DC.
Yeah.
We can move on past this and we can get forward with new things that they're trying to do. I'm not one of those people. I'm like, I don't care really what they do. I'm just, like, and like I can't wait for Flashpoint to obliterate all that shit. Get it gone. I'd be like,
And
no, because essentially what you're talking
the
about
thing
doing
is,
is you're wanting to make another Superman, make another this, make another. No, I don't want that because the thing is, Zack Snyder was the only one who was not making. Well, Ben Affleck was trying to make a solo Batman movie, which I really
yeah.
still hope he can do. But
I
like
hope it could become a TV show or something. That would be
if we
pretty
can
dope.
get like a series of HBO version of his Batman, oh my god, I'd lose my mind.
Or like an animated series of his Batman. That would be either live action or animated. I don't really care. As long as
Yeah,
he's still, I
I
don't care.
just I think it would just be cool because like you have the Dark Knight right there, bro. You got and
Yeah.
like him fighting Deathstroke. I want to see that. Oh god.
Yeah. Dude, have an Arkham. Remember that Arkham Origins trailer, like the cinematic
Hell
trailer with
yeah,
him and Batman? Dude, have that. Recreate that.
dude.
Just
Hell
so
yeah.
yeah. And the Nightmare Sequence. I want to talk about that for a second because you see like you can they already confirmed like the Nightmare Sequence is going to take 5 years after the Battle of Steppenwolf. They said,
Hmm.
yeah, it's gonna take place after that. The world's gonna go to shit after Batman makes that call, send his head the dark side, and Batman, Flash, I guess Superman, Cyborg, they all go into hiding. Well, Wonder Woman and Aquaman, they die. They should have just die. Probably
Yep.
Martian Manhunter too. As I said, 30 seconds he's in the movie. He's only in the movie for 30 seconds. Darkseid obliterates him. Uh,
Yeah.
but uh, but you see, I'm assuming that Batman's gonna have the Joker in a cell next to because they said you're supposed to be seeing more of Batman's villains in this movie.
Hmm.
I have a feeling that corridor that you see is remember when they first showed the Joker and Zack Snyder's just like in that one photo, where he's sitting down in his hospital gown
Yep.
or his. I have a feeling that's like some kind of prison type thing that Batman built,
Yep.
and you're gonna see more of his rogues gallery in there. Some of them, like Deathstroke, because Deathstroke's supposed to be in the nightmare sequence. He's already had a photo of him in the nightmare sequence.
Hmm.
I have a feeling that's a holding cell that he's
Yeah.
hiding right there, and he's like, I need your help. I never thought I would have to do this, but I need your help. And Joker's
You,
gonna be like, you have to be desperate.
you have to be so desperate. Like that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
But
I
like,
come from
dude, like, that's the
help.
thing I just love is, yeah, just to see the two of them on screen together. I'm like, damn, this is awesome.
I hope in the Nightmare series we have an infantry, like a whole stealth part of the movie where Batman, Flash, Cyborg, and hopefully Superman, black suit Superman. Hopefully he's still in the black suit. I don't want him to go to the red and blue suit. I don't want
Well,
him.
I mean, in the right way, I can understand if Clark, does for a reason, maybe like toward the end, because I do believe the one shot at the end of the movie when Clark's walking through the street and he pulls open the shirt, Zach shot that shot. I've seen behind the scene pictures of him shooting that with Henry, so I
Yeah,
believe that Henry does don the blue and red again, but
yeah,
but
but
like
a
because
much
to
better
me,
version of it. A much better version of it, like the one
yeah.
we saw in Shazam.
And a lot of people don't realize this is that the blue and red in the film, a lot of it was color corrected for certain shots
Yeah,
too to make the blue and
it looks
red
bad.
brighter, which is so ridiculous because like they did
It
so
looks
much really bad color correcting. Because I'm like, I can't wait to see these parademons look vicious and scary and
bad.
haunting, and then
Like how they did in
the
EVO.
red sky is gone. The red sky is gone. We got the more dark blue with the red hues coming through the sky, and again, Batman using a mother frickin' parademon
Yeah,
machine gun to kill all of them.
Batman
I'd be like,
too. Don't forget Batman's dropping f bombs in this movie. He's got at
yeah,
least two that were confirmed. I have a feeling they're gonna replace that scene where Batman is getting attacked by the parademons in the Batmobile. Remember when he says, "Oh, you son of a bitch"? I have a feeling he's gonna say, "Oh, motherfuckers."
yeah,
That's
yeah.
gonna be bad.
Yeah, I just, dude, I think it's just, I can't wait, dude. And that's the thing is, like, talking about it so fun because, like, you don't know, and like, it's so amazing how we're getting it. I'm like in awe. I'm just in awe. I'm like so freaking happy that it's happening. That people are going to be
Right.
able to see it. But the thing is, I really wonder with if it does super super well, what does that
The
mean going
I'm
forward
feeling
for
it.
DC and Warner Brothers?
I have a feeling it is going to do super well because of all the hype around it and all we've seen so far. I have a feeling it is going to do well. It's going to do very well, in my opinion. And people are going to be like, you know what? This could work. Like a 4 hour movie for a superhero movie. It is totally. People will sit through and watch it, and it
Yeah.
could be rated R. The superhero movie could be rated R. It doesn't always have to be PG-13. This could be superhero movies could be rated R, like Logan, Deadpool, and hopefully
Yep.
Robert Pattinson. People are going to say Marvel won't go this far. They won't make a 4 hour rated R movie,
Well,
and we
that's
all know that.
because Marvel is owned by Mickey Mouse, and Mickey Mouse likes to ruin everything.
Well, apparently they're keeping Deadpool rated R. Kevin Feige confirmed that Deadpool is going to stay rated R, which
Yeah,
I don't know how that's going to work in the
I
MCU.
don't know how that's gonna work, but I mean, yeah, because I'm sorry, you just cannot censor Deadpool. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, you can't censor Deadpool. Never. You can't
You
ever
can
censor
never
Deadpool. If you
silence.
censor Deadpool, Fortunately, Fortnite silenced Deadpool, which fuck you, Fortnite, for
Yeah,
that.
I don't really understand Fortnite anyway, bro. I think it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
No, they added the Flash to Fortnite, but it's a CW Flash in a season 4 suit. Which, why? You couldn't get
I
the
just don't understand. Like,
season.
what other characters are they gonna put in there? Like, what do we? Wow, what do we need now? Do we need a? Oh, you know what? We let's put Eggman from Sonic in there.
They put Spider-Man in the next. They put Spider. They already have Venom.
Yeah.
Get Spider-Man while you're at it.
And dude, like, also, like, I know we're mainly talking about Snyder Cut stuff, but
Yeah.
I wanted to talk briefly here
Check.
about Square Enix's Marvel Avengers game.
It's it's going downhill.
That game, when it came out, looked boring as hell.
Yeah, it looked very boring.
And it's still as boring as hell. Like
Yeah,
how do
I
you get a Marvel like how do you get a Marvel licensed property by a great studio, Square
yeah.
Enix, who's made amazing games like the Kingdom Hearts and the Tomb Raider series and so many others,
I
and you screw up a Marvel prop? What the hell are
you
you doing?
yeah,
And I don't care what people say.
you
Instead of the Kree, it should have been Sentinels from X-Men.
you're right.
That would have been
Um,
way freaking cooler.
I'm feeling the future and perfect DLC is going to be good. I look at it and it's like it's not that bad looking. You know, you fight
I'm really
Maestro.
worried about how they're going to handle Spider-Man, dude. I don't think
I
he's going
hope
to handle well at all.
I hope it's Josh Keaton. Her voice is him. Please don't. Listen, I love Yuri, but he's the Insomniac Spider-Man. Josh Keaton needs his time in the sun again.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Or you get
Um,
Christopher Daniel Barnes back, or you could do that.
yeah.
The guy from the Disney XD show, not Drake Bell, but you know the other Spider-Man show. That
Yeah, I like his voice. I think he does a good youthful interpretation of a Peter Parker Spider-Man. He does him well. It's just that show is garbage, but he plays a good Spider-Man.
the only thing they did well in that new 2017 Spider-Man show is Superior Spider-Man. That's the only thing they pulled off right in that
Well,
series.
like, dude, I swear though, bro, the designs of his villains in there look like a joke.
But the
Like,
black suit does look so.
I mean, Otto, he looks like a early 20s donut dunker. Like, what the hell? This is supposed to be Otto Octavius, smart guy. What is this? Like, what am I watching? And the way they did his arms look like the noodles with legs. Like, what the hell?
Uh, all right, we got off
I mean,
track.
like,
We
and
got
I'm
off
sorry,
track.
I love Venom, but they made his voice sound like he has to shit all the time.
Yeah. All right, we got off track.
Spider Man! Like, I'm like, what the hell is this?
Okay, we got off track, guys. We got off track for just a second. I'm sorry.
But like, I just wanted to
Uh,
bring that up because like I find it strange when certain companies and properties get these licenses and then they don't treat them or handle them right. And like Marvel's Avengers, like I remember seeing the teaser for that, dude, when I was at my second year of high school. That's
right.
when the teaser trailer came out. We've waited years and years and years
Yeah,
from Square Enix. Like
that trailer.
people tweet to them like Avengers game question mark where is it? And then like all the years we get it, there was something about the design, the look of the characters, something just nothing looked right. Like it nothing looked well.
How do you mess
Like
up Captain America's design? It's so simple.
how do you have Iron Man voiced by Nolan North?
Yeah,
I'm
you feel
Nolan
like
North is
Bruce
dead.
Banner.
I'm sorry.
Like you would feel like Troy Baker would do a better job at voicing Tony Stark than Nolan
I mean,
North.
like, they could have got the guy who did the voice of Tony.
In the Batman Telltale series.
They could have gotten, the guy who did the voice of Tony in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. He was at least trying to
Yeah.
be a Robert Downey Jr. Why did you not do that? Like,
Yeah.
that would have been so much cooler. Like, whenever he speaks, I think of Nathan Drake. I don't hear Tony Stark.
Yeah,
Like
I don't hear.
it's so weird. Like, dude, the world, the characters, like, And the game, for some reason, for it being as pristine as the quality gets, it still doesn't look like it's finished. Like there are times that I'm like, the texturation
And the,
looks
and the
like
enemy types in the game are just so generic and
yeah,
boring
they're
and
boring. They're just these
repetitive.
robots aim over and over and over. At least throw in some villains, like shit's sake, like some Kree soldiers or some like
I don't care.
something. I
Could
mean,
you
like,
imagine
and
if that's
now
actually
we're supposed to
for the
get
game?
like Black Panther in there, which I can't wait to see how he'll kind of move. I think he'll be kind of good, but
His
like
character
the
model.
thing the, the thing about the Avengers game is they've made a game seem like it's big, but it's very small. Like there's no worlds you can go to, there's no maps you can go to that are distinct from one another. Like I'm talking about other worlds. Take me to like Asgard. Let's go there. Like branch on the Marvel universe in this game. Like it's the first time we're getting a Marvel Avengers triple A game. And they're making it like this. I hate it because it's like a Destiny situation where it's like, well, you want this, you got to go to this, you got to buy this loot box, you got to find. I don't like scavenger games. They
Jarvis is
bore me.
like
Like,
yelling at you all the
yeah,
time about fights and stuff like that. I like how we went from Justice League to the
I
Avengers
know, right? I
game.
know, I know, right? But like, dude, that's
So
where I
sorry.
just feel like the game is just so boring. Is it's like to me, it's like the game Horizon Zero Dawn. It's good, but like, my God, I feel like all I'm doing is going in here, looking in this cave, collecting these bushes. Like, that's all I feel like I'm doing. Like, I don't feel like I'm in the story. I don't really, and that's the thing is, a game, if it's made well, you don't want it to take you out of the experience. Now that's why Marvel's Avengers, compared to Spider-Man, is a failure because at least Insomniac understood what people wanted from that. They're like, okay, we want them
Yeah.
to feel like they are this character. They can embody his situations. You can't relate to Tony, Cap, any of those characters in the Avengers game. Like, not a one.
All right.
Like,
All right. I think we should get back on track to Justice League.
anywho, yeah, sorry. When I
um,
start talking about something, I get into it.
uh, no, but I have a feeling that this movie is going to be really successful, and like
Oh yeah,
this
I
will
know it
change the
will be.
industry. So this movie is going to change the industry about
Oh
superhero
yeah.
movies.
Oh yeah.
Like it's going to change it for the better.
Mm-hmm. It
And
definitely.
we gotta end this. We gotta end this on a big note. Uh, because I gotta edit this and I gotta make it for short time, and everyone's coming home. But no. Final thoughts on what you think Justice League's gonna be, Preston?
I,
Like,
dude, I think it's going to be an amazing film. I think it's going to be an amazing spectacle experience for everyone, and it's going to finally give people that satisfaction that we were all wanting from this cut of the film. We're going to get to see things that we never saw, stories intersect, intertwine with characters, character interactions that we never saw. It's just going to be a love letter to not only Zack Snyder, but to the fans of his work that want to see
yeah,
his work done. And I cannot wait to see this. I will be there day one. And if they ever do a theater release, which I very rarely doubt they'll do, but if they do, I will
I
even
heard,
go in the theater and sit there for hours.
I heard there was gonna be a theater release somewhere.
Yeah, I feel like they might do a rare screening of it for certain theaters that have that option, and I will go because I'm like, I this demands to be seen in a theater, not in my living room. Like no.
All right, well, okay,
Well,
I'm gonna end my thought. I'm gonna end my thoughts. Uh, yeah. For Justice League, I would gladly sit through these 4.5 hours, taking every detail, and I will watch these beautiful characters get their redemption, and they're like this movie is for these version from Batman v Superman and Man of Steel. This is for
yes,
them, not
yes,
Justice League, not
no.
that
You can throw
terrible
that movie in the
trash poop.
trash.
Yeah, throw that movie in the trash. Forget about it. Take that off of shelves at
Yeah.
Target. That movie
Mm.
at Target.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Pull it from your listings.
Um, but no, I I can't wait. I really can't wait. And we live in a society where the fans come together and we get what we want.
We live. in a
in a society.
society
I'm sorry,
where
I had to bring in word in society.
fans, where fans are the true power of the world. Isn't that right, Batman?
All right, all right. Let's do. All right, we got to do our outro. Well, thank you for everyone for joining in, and whoever listened to our voices. Please leave a like and subscribe. And if you want us to do more podcasts like this, please let us know. And this weekend, possibly on Saturday or Sunday, we will talk about one of the worst Spider-Man storylines of all time, Spider-Man Since Past. And yeah, join us in for that. Preston, have any final thing to say before we go?
Yeah, and just don't forget to share the video as well. We want to try to get the channel growing. This is something that we kind of want to do every once in a while if we can. We want to kind of get more people to the channel. So yeah, if you guys can do your part, like he said, like, comment, subscribe, leave, that always helps us get noticed and recognized. And if there's anything that you guys want us to cover, let us know in the comment section below, and what you guys want us to debate, talk about, anything that's controversial that you guys want us to bring to new light, maybe a new spectrum. Let us know, because that's what this channel is going to be about. It's going to be about us talking about things, anything of that nature. And yeah, I mean, let's get this going, guys, and then let's get this channel growing.
All right. Well, you heard the man. Well, everyone, we're gonna head out. We're gonna peace out, swing our webs, and whip away. Bye,
All
everyone.
right.